As usual, medical people want to see evidence of whatever it is that you say that you have done and practiced. When you're not around and you're sending out information that they want to prove that they know better than mothers how to take care of their children. I mentioned how to get rid of a cold if you have it instead of having doping tests and all of that, drugs being given to sports people to prove that they are viable and capable. I had a cold yesterday and I simply did the exercise of covering my nose and breathing through my nostrils. That is what aeronautic engineers do because they can't be taking drugs all the time. They simply cover their hands with their nose and they breathe. Those their masks. They have CO2. So when they come out, they're usually quite busy and high. So one needs to take care of them when they're around. Now, this is the dispute where women have a challenge with. Their wives always need to be at home to be looking after them all the time, petting them and making them feel good. And that in return, sitting and babysitting people constantly, they turn into those women abusers of their own children. And you have those inequalities in families. This was going to himself, was living amid that were not talented at all. Experimented on himself physically in diseases, going to places so lots and men would rise up and become. So medical knowledge that you people have is not based on what happens to women. So whatever it is that happens to is different from what's to women. Of your diagnosis to treat women are very wrong. Lay down for hours and months and living in the same clothes, washing himself thoroughly from it. Being an experimenter in the engineering industry, you're susceptible to so many types of diseases and influences and people who are forever looking for money. So he took money from the banks and he didn't have time enough to explain everything because the government was busy hassling him for every answer and every thought. They destabilized him with their questions constantly because they are stupid as a rule, sitting there thinking that they are being leaders of people. Meanwhile, all they do is sit there and talk. They don't have knowledge whatsoever on how to raise people. When managing people, they don't know how to behave themselves. They are forever at loggerheads with each other, fighting for power and fame instead of serving people. Food for thought, Startup City, Boa speaking. Stop treating children like they are nothing because tomorrow your pensions depend on it.